Back in September 2020, we sold our house in the UK, then moved to Normandy in France, where we bought an ancient French farmhouse with various outbuildings, including an old barn, a small cottage with 2 woodlands, and 3.5 acres of pastured land in a beautiful national park area. Follow us on our journey as Budo and I renovate the farmhouse, manage our land, and take on many projects for you to enjoy. Let the fun begin.
So morning all, it's like 6:30 in the morning here. I've just taken the dogs up the field. Normally Tracy does this, and I've got the chore today, so I just want to show you my compost. Look, it's finished, it's ready, done. I've not come up here just to show you this though. And yeah, she's all done that. Turned it into beautiful compost. Smell's gone, heat's gone. It's ready to work as a mulch, but we'll talk about that one later. I just want to show you what I did the other evening after the many other jobs we do. I brought the digger up here. It's easy when you're sitting on the digger, and I turned the whole lot of this over. This is that area that we are going to be putting the rows in. Anyway, turned it over. I've done it bucket depths, so I went down the depth of a bucket on the digger to pull up these roots, and you can see all these tangles, and that's all the roots of the bracken. Okay, so this is the only way to kill this properly and organically. A couple of people asked me questions about, you know, what sort of poisons you'll put on it and that. We won't use any poison at all. We're just going to do it the hard way. Dig it out, turn it over. I'm going to put a cultivating prong on the back of the tractor, and I'm going to pull all this up to a pile on this side here, and then what I'll do is that'll level off the earth as well, and then I'll cover it with as much plastic and stuff I can find for now until we're ready. And then I'll start, once I start bringing it back, I'll sort of fold the plastic back, set the rower up. That'll be lime in it, with lime. Then I'll put cardboard down, and then I'll build up my mulches I just showed you there on top and build it up. I'm just looking around for my dogs. Where are they gone? Yeah, the big one's here. That's the one I'm more worried about. And it's a process. It's going to take time to get this right, but we will kill that bracken off eventually. I showed you the other day where I cut the field, where it's all starting to grow again. It's only up a little though this time. It's a bit weaker, so I can notice it as you cut it. You start to weaken it off in this little patch here. So if you look at the field generally now, since we started cutting the bracken down, it's turned into grass. So it's all getting grass. All this area here was a massive big area of brown. That's all becoming grass now. Rox! Here boy, good boy, come over here. So that's what happens, the grass takes over and the bracken gets killed back. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that early in the morning. And look over there. Thunderstorms are coming. Again, it's been a funny old June. Last month was red hot. And this month it's been like wet and stormy and every day virtually since June. In June, it's been difficult to start the windows, but I'm going to get on with them today at the top. Start putting them in. And I had a quick glance at the lovely comments that you sent for the window, the reveal that I gave yesterday, and they're lovely. I'm going to start answering them when I have my breakfast, but it's so inspiring. Thank you very much. Hi folks, right, so we've me and Tracy this morning, we've just put this scaffold up. Tracy's up there testing the height. You're okay? Yeah. You have to shout, Trace, because we won't hear you.
Yeah, I can reach up here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You sure you're not Matt and Jeff?
No. So we've I've put the tower up here, this part, because this was the last bit we had left because all the rest of it's around the side and right up to that chimney up the top. So I've put this up here with a nice safety rails there for Trace, because she wants to point this part here, and I'm doing the 2 windows today. So, well, not today, I'm starting one of the windows today, and the other one I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And then they'll all come out like that then, which you've all seen in the last video.
That's actually
Shush.
That's actually quite soft.
That's the dog whinging.
That'll come out quite easy.
Yeah, it will do. It's just fallen out anyway. It was nearly all fallen out. But so what we're going to do is we're going to get that all pointed up, coming down to this line here, which I've done already all the way through, and that half of the building over there. So we're going to, Tracy's going to point all this up. She's got a bit of a tricky job there clearing that out, because there's cement in there, but the rest of it is lime, and that'll start to look nice then.
I've not actually seen up here. Look.
No. Well, we got that's a new roof on, well, newish roof on that side, but this side's at some stage we're going to rechange the whole roof up there, even the timbers. I will probably, but a year or 2 down the line yet. But anyway, guys, are you alright, Trace, for that?
Yep. Ciao, ciao.
Okay, folks, it's only fair that I let you have a view of them all the 3 in at the moment now. I've just finished this one on this side, putting it in, but there's a picture of them all together now, and it definitely transforms the front of this house. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Tracy, while I've been fitting them 2 windows today, Tracy has hacked out all the lime mortar up there and cleaned it all up ready. She's got a little tiny bit to do right at the top, but I'm going to get up there and just clear that out for her. It's later in the evening now, so probably do that first thing in the morning. Anyway, tell me what you think. Now you can see it all in. I know you've given me all you told me what you thought anyway with the last one, but it looks so much more different when you got all 3 of them together. And then once we get all these matching as well, it's going to make this front of this house look absolutely fabulous. Fabulous.
Good afternoon, folks. Hope you're all well. As you can see today, I'm in the caravan. Well, actually in the caravan kitchen, which has served us absolutely brilliant. Today I'm going to be making a Hungarian potato goulash, which is something that's been made in my family for years and years, and obviously I now make it for my family, who they all thoroughly enjoy. The ingredients that I'll be using is a smoked pork sausage. You need to have it smoked, and pork would be better. And I've diced that quite thinly. Okay, here we have 1 litre, which is 1,000 mils of beef stock. I've used an OXO cube, but you can use any beef cube, or you can use a chicken stock if you prefer this, but I just like the beef stock cube. It gives it that stronger flavour. I have here also 2 garlics chopped, 1 large onion, and paprika. In this potato goulash, just make sure you don't get the hot paprika. And also in a big saucepan, I have roughly probably about this size chopped 5 potatoes. I cut them in half, then I quartered them, and then I cut them in half again, because you want the potato to be sort of a similar size to the sausage. Right, okay, so we're going to get started. So what I need to do is boil my potatoes first of all. So I'm going to put that on a high heat. And then I'm going to add my beef stock to the potatoes. Okay, let's get the lid on. Okay, so while that's boiling, I want to make my I want to fry the sausage first because I want to brown that off. So I'm just going to turn my gas on. Okay, keep that on quite a high heat as well. Okay, we're just going to add all the sausage to the pan and just cook that till it's slightly brown. Okay, so I'll leave that cooking, and I just thought I'd tell you a little bit of history about Hungarian beef goulash. Apparently it was first, the recipe came about back in the 9th century in Hungary, and it was actually made by the herdsmen, and technically it's like, I suppose, a beef stew, because back in them days they didn't use paprika. Well, obviously when they finished their day's work, they used to put it in a lovely big, probably cast iron pot over an open fire, and they used to cook it, put all vegetables, beef, whatever ingredients they had. But back in the 15th century, when the Turks invaded Hungary, they obviously bought the lovely spices, and this is where paprika comes, and this is where they added it to the goulash to obviously give it that lovely sweet flavour. I make beef goulash myself, but I use 3 different types of paprika. I use hot paprika, sweet paprika, and also sort of smoked paprika, so it gives it that nice sort of balance of flavouring. And what is really nice for me, obviously my grandmother is not here because she would probably be about 120, I think 125 as she was, but I think she'd be really proud, because the Hungarian beef goulash actually goes back 4 generations, and I've actually taught my granddaughters how to cook it as well. So I just think it's a lovely thing to pass through to your family. Right, let's just see how these sausages are getting on. Okay, just give them a little brown, a little bit more. Okay, I'll come back to you in a minute once the sausages and the potatoes have reached a boil and the sausages are brown. Okay, so as you can see, the sausages are slightly browned. Okay, so they're ready. Now I'm going to add the onions first into the pan, and I put 1 tablespoon of oil in the pan, which will be ample enough. Okay, so now I'm just going to cook these onions on a high heat. Okay, but stirring them all the time, because you do not want the onions to burn, and you just want them slightly softened. Okay, so we'll just watch that. That shouldn't take too long.
Right. Have you showed them your apron?
Yep, 1 sec. The potatoes are boiling nice now, so I'm just going to turn them down a little bit. Yes. This is my apron that our youngest daughter Chloe and her 2 grandsons, her sons and daughter, made for me as a Mother's Day present. This is actually the 3rd one they've made, but I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I mean, look at Bella's big feet. She's so big, so it's just nice, isn't it? I love things that are made sort of personal. Right, okay. So they're cooking nicely. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the garlic to the onions. Okay, let's get all that in. Okay, then just keep mixing that just for about a minute or so till that's all mixed together. Oh, it smells lovely. Love the smell of garlic. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to add the paprika. This is the size of the jar that you need. Okay, so let's add this. The whole lot goes into the onions and garlic. Okay, put that over there, and now we're going to mix all of this together, because what you want it to do is to soak up the oil and the garlic and the onions as well. Okay, and then we're going to add the sausage back to the paprika, the onions and garlic. Okay, then we're going to mix all them together, making sure that you coat all the sausage. Okay, let's do that. When we were back in the UK, I used to use Matheson's pork smoked sausage, but obviously in France now I've had to use this type of sausage, which is, it's a little bit different. The meat is more meatier, but it comes in 4 in a pack, so this will be ample for the dish that I'm making because it serves 4 people. Okay,
I have 3 portions, you have 1.
yes, that's, I didn't really want to say that. Okay, so as you can see, that's all coated, so we'll turn the gas off. Okay, and that,
simple meal, isn't it?
oh, it's so simple, but, and I think a lot of cooks will know, when you make these type of dishes, whether you make curries, casseroles, anything, they're always nice on the second day, aren't they? They have time to, to marinate, but obviously it's so nice it doesn't last till the second day. Right, okay, so this is turned down. So now what I'm going to do is add all this ingredients into the pan with the potatoes. Okay, let's put that off the heat. And then you just stir all the ingredients together so that it's all nicely coated, everything. Okay, and then I'm going to put the lid back on. Okay, and I'm going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. The thing that takes the longest about making the potato goulash is actually waiting for the potatoes to boil. So I'll join you back. I'll see you soon once the goulash is ready to serve. Hi folks, the goulash is now made, which you can see here in our lovely tureen. Okay, I just want to say to you that while the goulash was cooking, I added salt and pepper just for some seasoning. You can taste it as you're cooking it to see how you like it. And also the Hungarian potato goulash is actually a cross between a stew and like a casserole, a stew and a soup. Yeah, because when it's cooking it's quite runny, there's quite a lot of liquid, but we like it a little bit thicker, obviously, so we can scoop up the gravy. So all I add is 2 tablespoons of the near to the end of the gravy and 1 tablespoon of corn flour. Mix it and then it'll thicken the gravy. Lovely. Okay, can we eat now? We can. Let me just serve it. Serve it up. Okay, let's get a bit of sausage. You can see it smells delicious. Okay, that's your one, Budo. And of course, is that starters for me? No, that's oh yeah, the obligatory beer. Gotta have a Leffy with your dinner. And what do I have? Oh, you got apple juice, haven't you? And also, it's up to you. You can put some parsley on there, or grated cheese is nice. Yeah. More of a hard cheese is nice on top. But we also have French stick or crusty bread, because it's lovely at the end, isn't it, to scoop up. Well, that's a simple meal, isn't it, for you normally do now and then once every couple of weeks, don't you, for us? It's lovely. Of one of many you do for us, and this will be a few more videos of Tracy making food as well as our renovation and gardening. Yes, a bit of everything. They say things coming free. And also next week's video I'm going to be doing elderflower cordial. Oh yeah, okay. Well, is it next week or the week after? We're not quite sure, are we? See how it pans out with the flowers. Lovely, because they're not quite ready yet. No, they're nearly there. But anyway, all right guys, then, thank you, bye.